Hi, good morning, everyone. So, my name is Sadia. I'm a business psychologist for Ham Wellness, and I just want to welcome everybody here today to today's free webinar on creating inclusive workplaces, neurodiversity, and accessibility. So, today we'll explore the importance of inclusivity in the workplace, focusing on the strengths that neurodiversity can bring to the workplace and how workplaces can be more accessible. So before we start today's session, I just want to remind everyone that these webinars are just taster sessions. They are free high-level webinars aiming to give you a flavour of the training and workshops that we offer here at PAM Wellness. If you do have any questions during today's session, please use the question and answer feature throughout the webinar, and we will answer these where possible, probably after the session or at the end of the session where possible. Alternatively, if you do have any questions about how we can support your workplace, then you can get in contact with us using the email address that is shown on the screen. Okay, so I'm going to start at just taking a look at what neurodiversity is and how it is defined. So neurodiversity is an umbrella term which aims to capture a number of learning and developmental difficulties. And it's defined as the concept that neurological differences such as autism, ADHD, dyslexia, and others are the result of normal, natural variation in the human genome. Other terms you may hear include neurodiverse, neurodivergent, SPLD, so that stands for specific learning differences, or SEND, which stands for special educational needs and disabilities, and these are the terms that tend to be used in education. You may also hear neurodifference and neurodevelopmental. So the idea of neurodiversity is that it seeks to embrace difference, but it does also recognise that some people who are neurodivergent will require extra support. So the common conditions that come under neurodiversity includes dyslexia, dyscalculia, autism spectrum condition or autism spectrum disorder, but I will simply refer to it as autism, dyspraxia or developmental coordination disorder, as it's also known, and ADHD. Often these conditions are referred to as hidden disabilities, and I use that word with caution, but they are, and that's because they're not as obvious as physical disabilities. But it's important to understand that all of these conditions are neurological or brain-based in origin, which means that people who are neurodivergent will process information differently. So what I'm going to do now is I will go through some of the common challenges related to each of these conditions. So autism is a condition that impacts a person's social interactions, communications and behaviours, and it is what we call a spectrum condition, meaning that how it impacts someone can vary, ranging from mild difficulties to profound challenges. Autistic individuals may struggle with social interaction. They may have difficulties communicating effectively, and they can also exhibit repetitive behaviors, also known as stimming. Sensory sensitivities are also quite common, where people can experience a heightened response or even a reduced sensitivity to things like textures, sights, sounds, and smells. Moving on to dyslexia now. So, this is a condition that impacts a person's reading, writing, and spellings, and also difficulties with information processing as well. So dyslexic individuals can struggle with reading large pieces of text or having to understand and review documents there on the spot as well. Can be quite challenging in the workplace. Dyspraxia, also called developmental coordination disorder, and this is a condition that can impact a person's movement and motor coordination. So it can cause difficulties with things like balance, as well as planning and organizational skills as well. Dyscalculia. So this is a condition that can impact a person's understanding of maths concepts, as well as manipulation of numbers. It can also impact a person's ability to estimate things like prices and quantity, and it can also cause difficulties with time and money as well. ADHD, which stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. This is a condition where it can impact a person's ability to sustain their attention for long periods of time, hyperactivity and impulsivity that can interfere with daily functioning and development. And individuals that do have ADHD can also face focus and concentration difficulties as well. Now, I've spoken about the challenges related to these conditions, but it is important to understand the myriad of strengths that neurodiverse individuals can bring to their organizations. Now, research has shown that neurodiverse individuals can be very creative individuals. They can be great visual thinkers. They can be good problem solvers. If you think about the daily struggles faced by neurodiverse individuals, that does make them more determined and resilient and perseverant individuals. And because of the challenges that they experience on a regular basis, it does make them more empathetic towards others as well. So again, I reiterate, it is important to understand the strengths that neurodiverse individuals have. And these are the strengths that research has shown that neurodiverse individuals do possess, and they are by no means exhaustive. So why should we be concerned about neurodiversity in the workplace? Why should we even bother? Well, that's because neurodiverse individuals can bring unique problem solving skills and creative thinking to the table, thereby fostering innovation due to their diverse perspectives. Now, this diversity of perspectives, it can drive progress and lead to breakthroughs in various fields. And also, it can create a culture of acceptance and belonging where people feel valued for their unique talents and contributions. And in fact, research has shown that organizations that embrace neurodiversity do often experience higher employee engagement, productivity, and retention rates. So, therefore, embracing neurodiversity, it's not only morally right, but it's also beneficial for driving innovation and achieving success. Okay, now in the context of neurodiversity, accessibility in the workplace refers to creating an environment that can accommodate the diverse needs of individuals with various neurodiverse conditions. So, physical accessibility can include things like ensuring that the physical environment of the workplace is accessible to neurodiverse individuals. And that can include things like providing ramps, elevators, wider doorways, and wheelchair accessible facilities to ensure ease of movement and navigation for individuals with physical conditions or with sensory sensitivities. Now, many neurodiverse individuals do experience sensory sensitivities to things like light, sound, or touch. So, creating a sensory friendly workplace can involve things like minimizing sensory distractions by offering options such as adjustable lighting, for example, noise cancelling headphones, quiet spaces, or ergonomic seating. All of these can help individuals to regulate their sensory experiences and to maintain focus. Communication barriers can be quite significant for neurodiverse individuals who may have challenges in understanding verbal instructions or interpreting social cues. So, employers can promote accessible communication by offering written instructions, for example, visual aids, and clear signage. Also, providing alternative modes of communication, so such as email or instant messaging, can also facilitate effective communication for those individuals who may struggle with face-to-face interactions, for example. Now, recognizing the diverse needs of neurodiverse employees and offering flexible work arrangements can enhance accessibility in the workplace. Excuse me. So, things like flexible scheduling, remote work opportunities can accommodate people who may require additional support to manage their work-life balance more effectively. Okay, so these are just a few things that organizations can do to create an environment that values and supports the diverse needs of neurodiverse individuals, ultimately promoting inclusion, productivity, and the overall well-being for their employees. Okay, so people do face, organizations can face barriers to inclusion, and they can work to overcome these barriers to create a place where neurodiverse individuals feel valued, respected, and supported in reaching their full potential. Now, one of the ways that you can do that is to address any unconscious biases by self reflection. So, unconscious bias, also known as implicit bias, refers to the attitudes, stereotypes, and beliefs that affect our understanding, actions, and decisions in an unconscious manner. And these biases are formed through our experiences, upbringing, cultural norms, and societal influences, often without our awareness. So, encouraging self reflection and providing training on unconscious bias awarenesses, on unconscious bias, sorry, can help employees to recognize and mitigate these biases. What else can you do? Education and training can help to raise awareness about common biases and their impact on diversity and inclusion efforts. Now, by fostering a culture of awareness and accountability, employees can actively challenge their own biases and promote fair treatment and opportunities for all individuals, regardless of neurodiversity. Leadership buy-in is also crucial for driving meaningful change and creating a culture of inclusivity and diversity in the workplace. It is important that leaders demonstrate a genuine commitment to promoting neurodiversity and accessibility initiatives. Also, leaders can set the tone by advocating for diversity and inclusion, and they can do that by allocating resources to support neurodiverse employees, and also they can lead by example through inclusive behaviours and decision making. So, also, continuous improvement and assessment is important because creating an inclusive workplace, it is an ongoing process that requires regular assessment and improvement of things like policies, practices, and procedures, and regularly reviewing policies and practices through the lens of neurodiversity and accessibility can help to identify areas for improvement, and it can ensure that the needs of neurodiverse individuals are consistently addressed. So, overall, um, to summarize, addressing unconscious bias and securing leadership commitment and embracing continuous improvement, organizations can overcome barriers to inclusion and can then create a workplace where neurodiverse individuals feel valued, respected, and supported in reaching their full potential. Some of the support offered by PAM Wellness includes coaching and co-coaching. We do offer screening assessments and diagnostic assessments. We do also offer assistive technology training. We offer awareness training, so much like the session that you are attending today, we can tailor make our training packages. So here's a summary of today's webinar. I've just highlighted some of the conditions that we've looked at. And remember that neurodiverse individuals can face barriers to inclusion, but they do also bring many strengths as well. And it is important that we all try to embrace neurodiversity because it does enrich our communities, it fosters understanding and empathy, and it can empower every individual to thrive and contribute their unique strengths to a more inclusive and vibrant society. Okay, so the training and workshop sessions that we offer includes things like neurodiversity awareness, women's health. I won't go through everything, but men's mental health as well. So we do have many workshops and training sessions that we can offer around neurodiversity, mental health and well-being. And if you would like to find out more, you can do that through, you can email us, you can phone us. We do have a website, though that's not mentioned on this, but you can Google us and you will find us. We do appreciate feedback, so please do take a moment to leave some feedback on Trustpilot. Remember that these are free webinars aiming to just provide an overview and highlight some of the topics that we've just discussed. There is a question in the chat which I'm going to address right now. So Kelly, you asked, will we be provided with a copy of today's, you're after the slides. We don't actually give the slides out, I'm afraid. That is against company policy. Okay, so let's see if there's any more questions. Doesn't seem like it, unless I've missed anything. So what you can do is please reach out via email and we will endeavour to get back to you with answers. Just another question there, which I do have time to address. So when delivering a full day's training to neurodiverse staff, is a recommendation? Yes, absolutely. We do recommend taking breaks frequently. Usually we do run awareness sessions which are longer. We usually do sort of 3-hour ones, half day, full day ones, and we do tend to take a break every sort of 50 minutes. But we do advise that if anybody does want to take a break before that, then that's also fine as well. Okay, but other than that, I just want to thank everybody for their presence here today. That is really appreciated. Again, thank you very much for your time. Have a good day, everyone. Oh, thank you. Some good claps. Yes, it was an overview. There are, yeah, the charges. We've just had another question, but thank you, everyone. I feel like a superstar now. Good feeling. No, thank you. So what are the charges for the sessions? They can vary. It does depend on how long and what the sessions are about. We have got sessions that we've run already, so if it's something standard it would be the same price, but if it's something bespoke we do charge a little bit more. Can staff access these sessions themselves through the helpline or have to be referred by a manager? Usually it's a referral by a manager, I believe, so there might have been a recommendation to attend a session. Claps are still coming in. Thank you for that. So it does vary, Rebecca. It might, if you are interested in anything, please do get in touch. You can try the email that was given right at the start. We need to stop, everybody. These claps are too good. I'm just going to go back to the second slide. So do get in touch with business support. I think that would be the email that you could reach out to for anything that you might be interested in. Okay, I mean, I have got a few minutes. Um, and I am keen to address the questions now rather than later. I was in the question and answer session, but not had a chance to look at the chat. Let's have a look. Okay, so Rachel, my colleague, is answering some of these. I'm glad you found it clear and concise. Recordings, I think, Rachel, there might be a recording available of this session later, I think, through our LinkedIn and YouTube pages. So you may be able to access the recording for this session. Okay, but other than that, I just want to say thank you very much for your time here today, and do have a good day, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye now. Oh, the claps again. Thank you.